Just picture it for a second. 1 minute, it's just heavy rain, right? The kind you see all the time. But the very next minute, a wall of water is just surging down your street. There's no time to think, no time to grab anything, and definitely no time to figure out which way is safe. It's just total chaos.
And look, this isn't some scene from a Hollywood disaster movie. For millions of people, especially in hilly areas, this is a recurring nightmare. What you're looking at right now, that's the devastating reality of a flash flood.
The scale of this problem, it's just staggering. Look at this number, 52%. That means more than half of all natural disasters in India are floods. It's the most common and the most destructive natural threat the country faces. But numbers don't really tell the whole story, do they? So let's put a human face on this. Let's just look at one single event, the Assam floods back in 2022. We're talking over 100 lives lost, more than 4.5 million people affected, hundreds of thousands forced out of their homes and into relief camps. The damage to everything, homes, farms, wildlife, it was just immense. That right there, that's the devastating cost of being caught unprepared.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. What we're dealing with here is a sudden, deadly threat that gives people practically zero time to react. So what causes this? Well, the main culprit is something called a cloudburst. And it's pretty much what it sounds like, an absolutely extreme amount of rain falling in a super short period of time. This overwhelming amount of water is what triggers these catastrophic flash floods, and they catch entire communities completely, and I mean completely off guard.
But what if we could see it coming? What if technology could give people those crucial minutes or maybe even hours to get to safety? Well, that's where a new idea to fight back comes into the picture. And this idea has a name. It's called Warnex. Now, at its core, it's an early warning system built to predict these disasters. But it's so much more than just a simple alarm. It's actually a unified platform that uses AI to create this vital link, this connection between everyday citizens, the authorities, and the rescue teams on the ground.
And you know what's really inspiring about this whole thing? Warnex wasn't cooked up in some big corporate lab. Nope, it's the brainchild of a team of students from Gauhati University who call themselves the Alchemists. I mean, how cool is that? They saw this devastation firsthand and decided, hey, we can use our skills in tech to actually build a solution.
So, you're probably wondering, how does this thing actually work? All right, let's pull back the curtain and take a peek inside the warning system. It basically boils down to 4 key steps. First up, it collects a ton of data. We're talking info from all kinds of sources, like special IoT sensors that measure water levels, data from weather satellites, and even reports from people like you and me on the ground. Step 2, it verifies all that information. It uses crowdsourcing and real human moderators to make sure the info is accurate. Then, step 3, it maps out safe ways to get out in real time. And finally, number 4, it helps coordinate the entire relief effort, the whole shebang. Okay, so if you're a user, what do you actually see? Well, it all starts right here on the main dashboard. You get this instant snapshot of everything you need to know: the current flood risk, what the weather's doing, what the sensors are saying, and any recent alerts, from a moderate warning all the way up to a critical get out now notice. Then you've got the live flood risk map. And this is so important. It doesn't just tell you, hey, there's a flood. It shows you exactly where it is. And even better, it helps generate safe routes to get you away from the danger and toward a shelter. I mean, this feature is a literal lifesaver. And this right here, this is where you really see the system's predictive power. The platform tracks water levels in real time, and it's constantly comparing the current level to what's considered safe. You can actually watch the trend and see if the danger is rising. This lets you plan ahead instead of just panicking when it's too late. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Don't we already have weather apps and government alerts for this kind of thing? And yeah, we do. But trust me, this system is on a whole other level. It's fundamentally different. Just take a look at this comparison. You can see that while other apps might have some of these features, Warnex is really the only one that checks all the boxes. It's got the real-time and predictive alerts, plus the safe routing. But the real game changers, that unified platform with crowd verification, and this is absolutely crucial, its ability to work offline. So let's just quickly recap the big advantages here. It's got offline support through SMS, which means it keeps working even when the internet and power go down. The predictive alerts give you precious time to actually do something. The crowd verification means you can trust the info you're getting. And it connects people who need help directly with rescue teams and charities. And it does it all in multiple languages.
You see, this isn't just about a single app. This is about creating a blueprint, a model for a safer future that's powered by AI for communities absolutely everywhere. The potential impact here is just massive, and it really stands on four key pillars. On the social side, it saves lives, plain and simple, and helps communities bounce back faster. Economically, it cuts down on the devastating loss of homes, businesses, and infrastructure. Environmentally, it allows for smarter, data-driven ways to manage floods. And of course, technologically, it's a huge leap forward.
You know, the team's own vision statement really says it best. Their goal is to build resilient communities. And they're not just talking about sounding an alarm. They're talking about using a whole ecosystem of tech, AI, IoT, predictive analytics to make sure people can evacuate proactively and that the response is as efficient and coordinated as possible. And that really leaves us with one last powerful question to think about. We're living in a world where climate change is making these extreme weather events more common and way more intense. So, could a system like Warnex, one that's so comprehensive and integrated into the community, could that be the blueprint for how we protect ourselves? Not just in India, but everywhere, all across the globe?